FerrellGas Friday is brought to you by FerrellGas, your hometown propane provider in Ovid and Candor, New York. Here for another edition of FerrellGas Friday, this time with JT Walters. JT, thank you so much for taking time out of your day.
No problem.
And this weekend is Pink in the Rink. You want to talk to us a little bit about what that's been like for the team, getting ready for an event like this, especially with 3 games in 3 nights?
Yeah, it's good. You see it a lot across hockey, like the breast cancer benefit. It's nice to be able to give back and do something fun for not only the guys but for the fans and for a good cause. So it's always fun. I've played in a couple of these games before, and they're usually pretty fun and exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, and then we talked about 3 games in 3 nights against the Watertown Wolves, kind of a pre-playoff, if you will. Home Friday, away Saturday and Sunday. What's kind of the pressure like there as far as a team trying to get in shape conditioning-wise?
Yeah, it's nice. Definitely it takes a toll on the body, but we've got a lot of 3-and-3s coming up here, so I think our next 2-game weekend is in about a month, so we have a lot of games coming up, and like you said, it's good playoff prep. Like right now, it does look like we might play Watertown, so we got a little distance on them in the standings right now, so we're trying to build on that increase, and like you said, little 3-game weekend, it's good to, it's a good test, like mentally for playoffs. Like obviously you want to win all 3, but 2 out of 3, is what you're at least looking for, and yeah, it should be a good test. 2 on the road, for playoffs. Hopefully we have to secure that home ice, but yeah, I'm excited for the next month or so. We're gonna have a lot of games, a lot of action. Should be fun.
Well, as we talked about there, you got a lot of action here at First Arena, which is kind of a difference from the beginning part of the season. Yeah. What's it been like to play here at First Arena? What's the atmosphere like for you guys down on the ice?
It's been awesome. Like I was actually talking yesterday with some guys. Like a lot of times with expansion teams, they do really well out of the gate, and then they can tend to trail off as the year goes on, and like we've had like the opposite effect here. Like we did obviously really well out of the gate, but the fan support has gotten better. If not, it's increased as the season's gone on, which is so awesome to see. Yeah, I think we have 9 in a row at home and 12 out of the next 13 at home after this weekend. So that should be awesome. Just give the fans something to rally around. Hopefully they get used to seeing our faces and keep coming back, right? Well,
speaking of seeing your faces, you came up from Carolina in a trade early in the season. What's been the experience like for you living here in Elmira, getting a chance to kind of ingrain yourself in the culture of the town a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's been sweet. I would say this is my 3rd team this year, and the other 2 teams were both down south. So I would say it's nice to be back in like a hockey city. This is a hockey town for sure. It's really cool. Like as one of the younger guys on the team, I get a lot of opportunities to go to schools or just local businesses and meet a lot of fans. And we have some really dedicated people. Like there's people that I know on first name basis now. I know their kids. I know the parents' names and like just stuff like that. It's pretty cool to see. Like there's a lot of support, and we're happy to be here. It's been awesome so far.
When you talk about getting the chance to go to schools, to different events like that, do you have a place that you like to go? Maybe not necessarily for events, but just somewhere in Elmira that you kind of frequent yourself?
This is I got to give a big shout out to Southside Sub Shop. Right on Main Street. It's been there for, I don't want to misquote, but I know it's been there for at least like 40 years. Haven't changed much. It's amazing. I go there all the time. Favorite place in Elmira. I wish they sold shirts so I can buy one.
Well, we might have to talk to him about doing that.
Yeah, we might.
As you continue to hear through the season, of course, the lineups change, the rosters change. You've had some different defensive partners yourself. Yeah. Is that just, old hat in the FHL, or has that been a kind of a difference in your game this year?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot different than college, where, like, this is my first year pro, so being in college, you're pretty much locked into your school, see the same guys all the time, but there's an adjustment at first, but it's just pro hockey, right? So that's how it is everywhere in every league. There's always a lot of movement. I would say I've settled in now, I'm used to it, but, everyone I've played with has been great players, and whenever I have a different D partner or a new partner, we always just stress communication. So as long as you're communicating back there, we're all good enough hockey players that things should run smoothly.
Well, and I always ask this on FerrellGas Friday. What got you into hockey? What was the key factor that brought you into wanting to do this for a life?
Well, I'm from San Diego, California, so not necessarily like what you think of in terms of a hockey hotbed, but I had an older brother who played roller hockey, so I started playing roller hockey, which is it's like 4-on-4 outdoors a lot in California. It's really fun. But there was actually an ECHL team in my hometown, the San Diego Gulls, like they're now in the AHL. So I would grow up going to those games a lot, going on the ice during intermission with like the mini mic skates. So that's another part of like why it's like really nice to meet like younger kids and like people from the area that, you know, this is their little NHL for them. So I was one of those kids that wouldn't be where I am now if I wouldn't have had like a minor league professional team in my hometown. So it's cool to be able to do that.
Well, since you mentioned the San Diego Gulls, I got to ask, what's it like to work for one of the names that hung in the rafters in San Diego there, Robbie Nichols himself?
I know, it's crazy. Robbie played in San Diego for a long time, which is sweet. And he also played in Adirondack with my midget coach, Murray Eves, who was just inducted into the AHL Hall of Fame. So I have a couple like weird connections like that with Robbie. But yeah, it's been awesome. He's a great guy.
All right. Well, thank you so much, JT, for taking time out of your day. Good luck this weekend. We'll be back next week with more FerrellGas Friday.